1 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Video stream, yep. Central Maine Athletics Facebook, yep. So look at 8 Gomez, Marco Silva, 15, 18, 19, 27, 77, 88.
No, I'll just mark our guys down. Dashes are just our surprise.
Okay, look at everybody. What do you want? Pronunciations. You see my shark yesterday?
What?
You see my shark?
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that when I got home.
Shark. Yeah.
You caught a shark?
Caught a sand shark, yep. Dogfish. A shark.
Had a nice day to go out.
I didn't know you were a deep sea fisher.
I'm not. It was the second time I ever went. But my buddies has a boat, and we went out.
All right. Batista. Victor Batista.
Yep.
Joseph Buell.
Yep.
Suad Lokovic.
Suad. Yeah.
And gentlemen, we will do, as soon as the clock ticks down to 0, that'll leave us about 3 or 4 minutes left. We'll do starting lineup introductions up top of the order. Samuel Gomez, Marco De Silva, Miguel Andrade,
Yep.
Fernando Morales,
Yep.
Jason DeJesus,
Yep.
Teji Argentine,
Tajay.
Walter Lopez,
Yes.
Ian Colorado,
Where are we here? Oh, yeah. Ian Gallardo.
and Gabriel Ocaris.
Yep. Yep. There's a 29 in the roster, too. Yeah, Fabrizio says you have that. Okay, yeah. Can I cross off the other ones we didn't have here? Gonzalez is out today, he said, yeah. Actually, got payroll for that. Ton, giant.
But I suppose that's what happens when you have a New York and a New Jersey campus.
Yeah, thank God Hampshire's not home. We did that a
Will you
couple
send me
of
the
years ago.
stats for that so I can update them?
Yeah, I got it.
Just what I my records, yeah. What was I? Roberto Adrian, 20, he's 25, yeah. So he is here, actually. 26 is not. Yeah, 22 is not. 45, 6, 7 are not.
Audio 1 2.
All right. He scored yesterday. How many Yvonne get?
I think Yvonne and Igor both got one.
Yeah. He subbed, I'm sure.
One, he was third.
Don't.
Sands of Butts did not go above 9.
Yeah, Dave a couple years back had an issue with a coach who ran it up with somebody, something like that. Yeah, just merciless. He was not here this year.
Same thing as always.
Catch the front of the net.
All those little things to make you what you are.
0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Sit right here.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched forensic files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around, I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm an intro to criminal justice and criminal law and report writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
It is a tremendous day for soccer once again here in Central Maine. You couldn't ask for better conditions on a mid-September day, and it's a big one coming up. The Berkeley College Knights and the Central Maine Community College Mustangs. I'm Rob Kennedy along with Rob Munzing. Caleb Lamb is going to do the pregame introductions, and he'll join me after that. Mustangs coming in 5-0-1, the three-time defending YSCC champs. Got a win yesterday on the road against Hampshire College 9-1. The Knights 4-1-1. They had a 6-1 win at Bryant and Stratton, Albany yesterday. Both teams have made the trip, long bus trips to get here, so that'll cancel each other out a little bit, and we'll talk more about both teams. The announcements of the introductions taking place, and I don't think we can pick up our house mic, so I'll mention the players as they step forward. Victor Batista is the keeper. Joseph Beulah Jr. is starting for Berkeley. Suad Lukovic, Samuel Gomez, Marco da Silva, Miguel Andrade, number 15, Fernando Morales, Jason DeJesus, Walter Lopez, Ian Pyardell, Gabriel Ocaris, the starters for Coach Bruno Ferrero, who's been the head coach of this Berkeley team since 2011. Cody Cleveland starting in goal today for the Mustangs. Tyrone Nong getting a start today. He's number 6 for the Mustangs. Ivan Dominguez, the junior, in the starting lineup. And Igor Dominguez also starting up front. Jeremiah Gomez has been on a tear setting up goals. He had 3 on Thursday, 6 more yesterday. Exo Nimwira starting today for the Mustangs. Massimo Di Pilato, the Montreal native, once again in the starting lineup on defense. Mitch Cameron starting today. Number 18, the freshman from Northwich, England. His British compadre, Matty Waters, also starting. Alfie Bashford, the captain, our third English player in a row introduced. And Mikel Soto starting today for the Mustangs. National anthem here in Auburn as we get set to go. On a 71-degree day, the Berkeley College Knights, they're from New Jersey. They'll be wearing the blues today. Central Maine, switching things up a little bit. They're wearing the grays and black with the red numbers here at home today for the first time. To say these two teams have lots of accolades would be a gross understatement. Berkeley College, 5th in the USCAA National Division I rankings. They were Division II until this year. And in fact, we'll talk later, Central Maine has crossed paths with them beforehand. They're the two-time Hudson Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Conference titleists, and were 17-4 last year, runners-up in the Division II National Tournament, losing in penalties to their rivals Johnson & Wales, North Carolina, after a goalless draw. It was their 4th straight time in the national tournament, 2nd straight in the final. They also lost to Johnson & Wales in 2022. That was the year they knocked off the Central Maine Mustangs 2-1 in the national tournament to get there. Isidoro Dominguez, the assistant coach on this team, got the goal in that contest when these teams played last time. Central Maine Mustangs, a 3-time defending Yankee Small College Conference champions, coming off a pair of conference wins entering today. They knocked off the new members, York County Community College, 5-1 on Thursday night. Mikael Soto with a couple of goals, his first 2. And both Dominguez's also tallied in that contest. Jeremiah Gomez, who is on an assist streak right now, setting up 3 of those 4 scores. So this will be a very good game. The Mustangs coming in off a win yesterday as well. Both teams had one-sided victories. I mentioned the 6-1 win over Bryant and Stratton Albany that the Knights have. The Mustangs knocked off Hampshire 9-1 on the road. So both teams hopped on the bus to get to Auburn today and kick things off right now at 1 o'clock. It'll be a great contest, a rematch of the national tournament game back in 2022. Several All-Americans on this team. Both teams, in fact. One to watch, especially is Suard Lukovic, number 5 out there. He is a first-team All-American, as is the keeper, Victor Batista, for Berkeley College. This will be one of the better teams that the Mustangs will face all year. They're aggressive and fast, and they're forcing the issue right now as Gabriel Ocaris almost took that away.
Very excited to see how these two teams will play against each other. Like you said, Berkeley now Division I after last year coming oh so close to another D2 national championship title, and this CM team that perhaps has not been as tested as they would want to at this point of the season. They didn't have too much trouble, unfortunately, with their NCAA Division III schedule. So this might be the type of thing to let you know where you sit before you head into the meat of your schedule.
Great contest to have, and good to have it here at home so we can bring it to you. That's Payardal, number 77. Alfie Bashford back there on defense. Look how quickly the blue shirts get right to the ball. Right now, they look a lot like Central Maine as far as how they defend. Very aggressive, and they'll attack you in possession.
Knights coming out with a back 4. Be interested to see how that'll affect the midfield battle with CM still in their conventional 3-5-2 that head coach Dalton Wing prefers.
Central Maine regaining possession, but not for very long. Samuel Gomez, to mention the first names today, is Samuel Gomez, number 8 out there for Berkeley, and Jeremiah Gomez, number 10 for the Mustangs. Played back to the keeper by Miguel Andrade from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Ocaris out wide to Lopez. Trying to go over Alfie Bashford, which is unlikely to work. Worth a good first attempt. Cameron hoofs that away. Lukovic. Plenty of time and space, playing back to his All-American keeper, Victor Batista. Batista 2-0-1 on the season. Just 1 clean sheet so far, though. But this team does not allow many goals. They'll oftentimes concede 1 when they're ahead. And that's usually about it. They have 2 clean sheets overall on the season, as Gianni has 1 and shared 1 as well. Jack Gianni's the backup goaltender today, number 12 from Cumberland, Rhode Island.
Both these teams, I think, very similar in that regard, Rob, where Mustangs have maybe been guilty of taking their foot off the throttle a little too early sometimes. They allowed Husson to score a few late goals to make that score line a little more credible, and also gave up late goals after they were well in front against both York County and Hampshire. So they haven't necessarily gotten their goalkeepers the shutouts that they would like to have on the backside of their stats, but this has certainly not been a team that's used to giving up a lot of goals during the meat of the game.
Dominguez back to Soto. Soto trying to walk through defenders. Put that back toward Ivan and Igor Dominguez. It was closest to Ivan, but it's knocked away. Ocaris. Lopez. Side foots down that touch line, and DiPilato right there to stop the attack. Busy week for Central Maine. They're home again on Thursday against SMCC. Waiting to find out about the game tomorrow scheduled against Thomas College. I'm not sure if that's going to be looked at as kind of an open friendly. I know Thomas is bringing their club team, I believe. So we'll see more about that if we can find information out about it. But the game on Thursday is the big one with Southern Maine coming in here. And then a couple of games against a good Fort Kent team. There's a foul called. A Mustang player is down. Popping right back up is Tiro Nong.
He got pretty well caught on the backside of those ankles there. Whenever you have both legs sort of stopped while you're in mid-motion and you get twisted through the air like that, that's not a painful way. That's not a pleasant way to go down. Very painful.
Nong's okay, though, with the ball once again. That's given away. Payardo lets it run. Two Mustangs converge. Namwira in a challenge with Walter Lopez. Nong had to avoid Ocaris. Cameron. It's going to be a physical one, you can already tell. Now some space for Payardo. He does go over the top of Bashford, trying to get Jason DeJesus. Jesus has been on a tear goal-scoring-wise, goals in 3 straight games. 3 of those goals, multi-goal games. Nobody there in a gray jersey. No problem at all for Lukovic to play it.
There's not been a lot of movement out wide from the two Dominguez brothers up front. They've been trying to play centrally, but as these wingers have had to drop deeper and deeper to help out and make sure that they're supporting this back three, that means they've got to shift over to the sideline and create themselves as a passing option.
So no choice there for Alfie Bashford as he had a man in pursuit. DeJesus was right there with him. He popped it over the goal line for the first corner kick, going to Berkeley. Walter Lopez there to take it. Right-footed, looking to swing that close to the goal, and Cody Cleveland, not too close. That's headed to the 18, still dangerous, and the volley popped wide by Okari, so really had to hurry as that ball popped high on him.
Yeah, that one was never going to settle down well enough for him to be able to get a good connection on it and really test out Cody Cleveland, but neither team's really been able to get themselves on the ball in the attacking third and set sights at goal, and here we are more than 6 minutes into the game. A little unusual for both these sides here.
Lopez trying to spring to Jesus again. May have been offside, but it didn't matter as the ball went to Cleveland. That's headed over. It might be a break here for Mikel Soto. Soto alertly pursuing. Steers that to Igor Dominguez. But look how quickly the Knights got back. That looked like a surefire scoring chance, and all of a sudden there were blue shirts everywhere by the 18 and in the area.
Igor just too unwilling to take that on with his left foot, wanted to get to his right. He needed an extra touch to try to control it, and by that time it was too late.
Pretty play to Okaris. Back into the area, there's Alfie Bashford to shield the ball away and stop Payardo. But again, we talk about teams a lot. We talk about Central Maine who can turn defense into offense immediately. Clearly the Knights can do that as well. Trying to go out wide that time. Can't get by Joseph Buell. And Batista will reset. Payardo played the 1-2. Trying to play that forward. They had Herrera marked pretty well. And now it's stolen by Payardo again. Up in the play. It was Morales who stepped up. Samuel Gomez with it here. Gomez converted a penalty kick yesterday against Bryant and Stratton Albany.
Got to imagine how much time this Berkeley's team has put into penalties, probably since last year, only losing the national title on penalty kicks to Johnson and Wales.
It was a goalless draw that came down to the kicks.
And how very close it could have been to these two teams playing for that national title last year, as the Mustangs lost their last game of pool play to Johnson and Wales, albeit not that close, a 4-0 scoreline, but still 90 minutes away from having seen this just be a rematch of a trophy decider.
Which would have been tremendous. As it is, a great contest between these two national powerhouses. Central Maine rated 3rd, I think I saw, in the Division II rankings, and Berkeley 5th in the D1.
We prefer to go with tied for second around here.
Oh, tied for second,
the
okay.
same number of points.
See, I just looked at the numbers on the graphic. They didn't put that. I don't think they put that there. A second place tie, indeed. Either way, they're up in the stratosphere, both these programs, as far as the national scene is concerned.
Berkeley College, one of the schools that made that decision to go D1.
Tipped over the bar by Cleveland on a quick Piardell shot. Looking for his first goal of the year. He's got 5 assists to his name. And the first tester for Cody Cleveland. And a corner from the far side this time.
34.
Marco da Silva is there to take it.
I was not worried at all about being in the way of your call from that angle and that distance, and boy, was that close, Rob. Thank you, Cody Cleveland.
Turned and fired, and yeah, Cody knocked it over the bar. Da Silva left-footed. Another in-swinger on the way, it looks like. Here it comes. Good one, too. Waters got up to head that away. And possession right back to the Knights and Fernando Morales. Walter Lopez. Di Pilato there to strike it away. Morales controlling again. Back there with Miguel Andrade. A patient team that likes its possession. It's a nice squad, just coils and waits to strike. Trying here, but Bashford deflects the pass high. It was bound for Jason DeJesus. Natty Waters trying to play it long, foot race. And Lukovic, he'll win that and play it out wide with Ivan Dominguez in pursuit. It's in the net over there, but you just kind of looked at your screen and saw the goal under the net. That's not the one we're shooting at. 2 over there off to the side. And a shot from distance, that's wide of Batista, the keeper. And a goal kick for his Knights.
I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt there and say that Gomez was trying to find Namwira on the diagonal run towards the back post there.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't shooting.
He's gotten himself 9 assists in his last 2 matches played total. Mr. Jeremiah Gomez, who has been unselfish, hasn't put himself in the back of the net in either of those contests with the 9-1 win over Hampshire the other day, so he may be due for a goal.
Here's Da Silva. Has some space, watched by Bashford. Played into the area, and Cleveland down low. He arrived just in front of Ocaris.
Good timing and a good shield set by Bashford as well. He's done a great job there of giving that extra half beat for his keeper to get out and collect, and the timing's been perfect so far.
Oh, he'll be busy today. I think both sets of defenders know what kind of potent offenses their opponents possess. Mitch Cameron. Di Pilato, watched by Piardell. Waters. Waters continuing to go. Drew the double team, played that ahead, and missed the connection with Dominguez.
Timing's just been off for this Mustangs attack. They've either seen the Berkeley back line drop deep enough that it's not a shoulder-to-shoulder foot race after a through ball. You're asking Ivan and Igor to try to make up 5 or 6 yards, which is not their strong suit over that large of a gap. Or you're seeing that because they're having to go so deep to get the ball that there's this big hole in the midfield. So trying to ping it up when they're going to be 2 versus 5 blue shirts around the back is not a recipe for keeping the ball.
Morales trying to link up with Da Silva. A potent offense with Marco Da Silva and Jason DeJesus, a sophomore and a freshman respectively. DeJesus coming from the Sunshine State. He's one of 3 Orlando natives on this team. And Da Silva is a hometown player from Woodbridge, New Jersey. Di Pilato Didn't get much in that pass and was anticipated well by Lopez. But it is a Central Maine throw. I wonder if the substitutions will work today, too, as both of these teams certainly substitute liberally, but of course they're usually well in front. You might not see as much of that today. Igor Dominguez, can he get there in front of Lukovic? Dominguez shoots, and he just missed the far post. Lukovic got back. There was space over there, but it would have had to have been a picture-perfect shot. And Batista could watch it roll just wide of the far post.
Well, that might have been why he was unwilling to take it on with the left foot earlier. Not a good connection there. As always, spinning away wide of the post. But that's twice now that Ivan has come through with a very good diagonal ball to set up Igor at the backside. And the Knights have to be careful not to keep allowing that backside run to get through and cause problems for them.
And Wera. He wrong-footed Soto, put it right behind him. And a chance now for the Knights to break. Oh, stepping up and kicking that away, Di Pilato. What a great addition he's been to the back three.
Massimo Di Pilato has fit right in alongside the two Brits there, doing a great job with tackles and being able to just make sure that he's the guy to protect on that back end when Alfie and Matty try to venture forward.
Samuel Gomez launches, and that's high and wide. And our first sub of the game. Mustangs will inject a little more speed here as David Nzuzi checks in. He will take out Namwira. And Nzuzi didn't play the last time that we saw this team here. 7 career goals, the put-away goal in the exhibition against Maine Maritime. And that was an exhibition for them, a countable game for the Mustangs, and the game winner against Thomas as well.
Nzuzi, who got a day off the other day for the home game to attend a wedding, so he should be fully rested up and ready to go.
Matty Waters. Buell heads that ahead. You get the feeling that clear-cut's chances in this contest will be few and far between, so it'll be whoever can take advantage of the rare opportunities.
Yeah, and that's something that for Central Maine, you've heard Dalton Wing, the head coach, talk about almost incessantly over the course of the season. Yes, he's happy with how many chances his team's been creating, but he hasn't been happy with the finishing rate. Yes, they've scored 4 or 5 goals multiple times, but based on the number of clear-cut chances they've carved out, you would expect more.
Here's Nzuzi trying to play that back to Igor. It got through, but the flag is up. That was a great play by Dominguez to start that up. It was Ivan Dominguez. For a moment, looked like he was going to be chopped down, but he recovered from the challenge, which was clean, and then managed to make that play.
His passing today has been excellent so far.
Payardo, the junior. Elkaris. Worked on the far side again. That's one of the captains, Joseph Buell over there, number 2 wearing the armband. Payardo. Beaten by Cameron. Bashford. But right there, Payardo really making things difficult for the Mustangs to clear. Look at a throw in here.
And I don't think that one felt comfortable as it hit the head there.
That's Okaris who's down.
Evidently, referee seeing that he is A-okay, because did not wave the trainer on and lets the restart go.
Igor Dominguez was stopped in his tracks over there on the far side by Fernando Morales.
And Rob, I think we're finally going to see the swap back here with now Tiro Nong going out on the left wingback side and Jeremiah Gomez coming centrally. It's how I expected CMCC to start. But then with Nzuzi on the bench, I think they went with Gomez out wide, see if he might find more delivery from the flanks. And that was not happening, so switch him back to the middle and let him go to work.
Igor Dominguez on the run, but there's the All-American Lukovic to shield it away.
And immediately he tried to pull the strings with the through ball over the top. We've seen a lot of that from the number 10 in gray and black.
Nzuzi trying to use some deception, and Payardo was stuck there with him. Played toward De Jesus. De Jesus in a race with Bashford, healthy with that stride, just gets there first. Alfie Bashford, a great play against Payardo as well. Bashford still carrying, trying to play it long, and actually that would have worked if Ivan Dominguez was expecting that ball. He wasn't. There was space there, though, no question.
One of those times when they did want it to feet, but...
A sub coming in. Stephen Urbis will be entering the contest for the Knights at the next opportunity.
I think this is a foul given here in the middle for a pullback by Cameron.
Yeah, it's a free kick to the Knights here, right in front of the center circle. Morales, a couple of goals, both on opening day against Christendom. A freshman from Venezuela. He's got plenty of targets out by the 18, 6 in fact. Knights taking plenty of time to set this up.
To say the least here, this ought to be something with a elaborate set piece.
Good ball into the area, headed, flicked high. Lukovic was there. Was a tough header as he's facing the wrong way and tried to flick that with the back of his skull toward the goal. So Stephen Urbis in, another sub too, Gabriel Borges. Had a couple of goals yesterday against Bryan and Stratton Albany. He's a freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He'll head into the contest. Payardo and De Silva will be the two that come off. It's one of the few games here in Auburn that we haven't seen the Mustangs on the front foot for the bulk of it. He played 20 minutes and a foul called against Mikel Soto. Most of that 20 minutes, the Mustangs have been chasing the ball. Couple of opportunities, though, when they have had possession.
Yeah, if there was a team that would be set up to play well on the counterattack, you would expect it would be the CMCC squad that's loaded with offensive talent, but they usually are used to having 60-70% of possession.
Quick throw in taken. Morales. And the one hopper, no problem at all for Cody Cleveland. Igor Dominguez. Back heel to Jeremiah Gomez. Waters now. Mustangs probing for a way through. DiPalato got away with a high kick there. Looking for a whistle. None came. Borderline. I think that's one usually you see called. Mustangs wanted a call that time as Ocaris knocked his man down, but he slipped.
Both teams there had about two calls for 2 fouls apiece in that 1 5-second stretch.
Referee saying just let him play. So that's out. Ball right in front of us. Soto on the throw. Played casually back by Morales. A difficult play he made look simplistic. Cut out of there in the volley and a soft touch to play it back to a defender who was in much better position to start the attack.
Cushioned volley that. Very nicely done.
Bashford.
Been very impressed with how the captain for Central Maine has played so far today, Rob. He's been able to be that rock at the back, kind of directing everything, but he's also ventured into the midfield here to help ease that hole between the forward line.
And Susie couldn't quite get there. It was a great tackle by Andrade to concede the corner. But again, that quick counter by the Mustangs, we've been talking about that. That's how they generated offense. I mentioned Alfie Bashford as well. One thing about Alfie is that we've mentioned his poise and just the calm demeanor he always has defensively. This is his kind of game. He'll be under pressure. But it probably won't bother him a bit.
No, very good. Just kind of bossing that back line, but also talking to the midfielders, letting them know when he wants them to play a give and go or drop possession back.
Gomez on the corner. You often see Alfie up in the corners, but not this time. Not against this Berkeley team. Line drive corner. Igor Dominguez got a header on that, but he skied it over the bar for a goal kick. Too bad Alfie wasn't up there.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is you always want to have at least the same number of defenders back as forwards, and noticing that Berkeley was trying to sneak another one out wide here on the sideline just to catch somebody unaware. They decide to at least only send Matty Waters, who has that good long-range boot if that ball had popped out of the scrum in the area.
So Sam Boynton coming in now. Ivan Dominguez replaced. They use Boynton up front to try to see if he's the player who might get open with that speed. He's one of the faster players in this team.
Certainly has the type of speed for a counterattack that could be very helpful in this situation, with about 30 yards to goal where that blue back line is setting up.
Urbis pressuring Cody Cleveland. He gave that away, but it went back in the cage. Now a chance through for Urbis. Oh, great play to stab that out of the air. It was Matty Waters who got the foot on that. Oh, tremendous play. And now another opportunity, and that shot blocked. Alfie Bashford over. Urbis with another chance. Dangerous seconds inside the area for the Mustangs defense, but they survive.
It was a rare mistake from Bashford for a moment there. Just left his clearance out wide too soft, and Berkeley was able to set up another one, but he makes amends for his own turnover by blocking the shot when it finally came from the top of the box by Urbis.
Foul called on Nzuzi. Ocares wants to take it right there, but the foul was back near the midfield stripe. Suad Lukovic. Again, they take a lot of time to organize. Lukovic. Borges. A foul called. Borges was disadvantaged, and a free kick once again for the Knights.
Yeah, that would have been a good two-handed volleyball block from Di Pilato there, who certainly was in the way of it.
Leandro Auger will check in for the Mustangs. The next chance Central Maine has. Here's Morales. Morales got his 10 yards. Delivery across the face of goal that lands, the edge of the area. Into the area again. That's Cameron who knocked that to the touchline. A throw in for the Knights.
It's good work to try and cut that back towards the top of the 18, but the Mustangs making sure they've got two levels to those rows of back four so that you're not just beat by one ball dropping off, and they're able to scramble everything clear and survive for the moment.
Buell, the defender from the Tar Heel State. He's from Rayford, North Carolina. Making the throw for the Knights. Bashford put that right on the boot of Walter Lopez, but Lopez couldn't handle a spinning ball, and it's wide. So Leandro Auger is going to come in for Mikel Soto. And a couple changes each way for both teams. You know, the 27th minute of the 90 will play today. So like watching a tug of war where the ribbon on that rope really hasn't moved very much.
Now you've only seen one real good chance for Berkeley actually hit the target, which was the long ranger that Cleveland tipped over the top. And then for the Mustangs, you've had a couple of chances to put Igor Dominguez through one-on-one, but hasn't been able to hit the target himself yet.
Batista hasn't faced any kind of challenging shots. The opportunities, as you mentioned, were both put wide. There's Auger, finding the bouncing ball right there with Lukovic. Auger thought he was fouled, and that will be a foul on Gomez. And Gomez lucky to escape a yellow card here.
Certainly.
He's got 3 on the season.
I think the argument just being there that he was able to make contact with the ball first as he poked the leg through the legs, but it was a reckless challenge, certainly would be the terminology there that you could easily take the card out of the pocket for.
Now, it wouldn't surprise me if the next such challenge is a yellow, because you start to see this game get physical, and it's now starting to get testy. Samuel Gomez will take the free kick. 7 Knights all lined up. Deflects. Oh, and what a save by Cody Cleveland. He wasn't expecting that to get through, and it did. Might have been going wide, but Cleveland couldn't take any chances.
No, a long-range free kick, and that's the type as a goalkeeper you don't necessarily want a defender waving a leg at it like Jeremiah Gomez did there. You could hear he made the slightest of contact with it to deflect it a little bit further towards that back post. And from that close range to be able to not only save it but hold on to it, that's excellent work from Cleveland.
You can see why Jason DeJesus has scored all those goals he's scored this year. He's always up in the play. 9 goals on the season, goals in 3 straight, and just pressuring the keeper and pressuring anybody who's got the ball if he's in their area. Gomez stood up by Morales. And Zuzi. That time it was won by Walter Lopez, the reliable defender. You don't see any weaknesses at all out there in the boys in blue, do you?
No, they did a great job to pressure Gomez, who that's the type of position almost right at the midfield stripe we've seen dozens of times this year him play. A great pass over the back line for both Dominguez's to run onto. That time 2 defenders stepped to him to take away his time and space.
Okari's on the run. He's beaten over there by Waters. That's something I think that what Gomez does is something that Bruno Ferreira, the coach of this Berkeley team, would have noticed, is he has checked out the videos and scouted the Mustangs a little that way. Again, the one previous meeting back in 2022, Izzy Dominguez, the current assistant coach of this Mustangs team, scoring the lone goal on a 2-1 loss to the Knights in the national tournament.
Goal that with about 15 minutes to play got things evened up and gave the Mustangs some more hope of again completing that 2-game sweep in pool play that you need to get to advance to the championship game. Both times that's been what has undone them.
Good long throw. Too long that time, however, as Cody Cleveland's out to claim. Got spun around a bit by a Knight, but that was mostly Cody's doing, as he made the contact and still managed to have the ball. And once again there is DeJesus being a pest. And I say that in a very complimentary way.
Yeah, good non-call from the referee there. So often you'll see any type of contact on a goalkeeper bring a whistle, but that was the rare moment where it's simply a matter of him coming to a stop and occupying that space that Cleveland leapt into.
Samuel Gomez getting called for the foul. Leandro Auger is down there. He's helped up by Bashford.
Good little shoulder check there from Berkeley midfielder just to make sure that Auger was not going to escape past him with possession.
Does it feel like a regular season game to you?
This is the type of game that you'd expect to see in the postseason, certainly, and I think Dalton Wing, the head coach for Central Maine, will be very happy about this level of play to test his squad.
You won't see the Knights this year because the Knights up in D1, but what a great opponent to bring in here. Cameron. Now Waters. That entry into the final third has just not been working at all for the Mustangs today. Maybe here in Zuzi, if he can use that speed to catch up. He does save it by the goal line. There's a cross, and Igor Dominguez had some space there. He lost his footing. How about now? There's a shot blocked in front. Cameron coming up to take that.
Fantastic effort there, just immediately into the side of the defender there, who held his nerve and did not duck out of the way.
Di Pilato took a risk there, and he won it. There's Nzuzi. And Nzuzi, great challenge by Samuel Gomez. He and Nzuzi, a little contact there, nothing serious. They shake hands. DeJesus knocks that over onto the Berkeley bench.
Berkeley bench correctly pointing out that that one had clipped off the heel of Nzuzi while he was falling through the air. It should have been there throwing, but of course as a linesman you're looking through that player, so it's tough to catch that without x-ray vision.
Called a foul, so the free kick for Gomez.
It's a kick.
Gomez launches that. Knocked toward the goal. No problem at all for the All-American Victor Batista. That was handled by DeJesus. Bashford left-footed. That was Trying to pick out Igor Dominguez. Andrade was there to head that away. Now a foul called on the Mustangs, taken quickly by the Knights. The referee is going to get their money's worth today. DiPalato. That spins to Nzuzi. Gomez. Gomez, fake the pass. Trying to free up Sam Boynton, who's got space on the right flank. Boynton, here's the cross. Igor Dominguez on the race. And he'll keep that in front of Buell. Igor. He and Buell still battling on the far touchline. And that's a corner, the second for Central Maine. Subs coming in, Ivan Dominguez back in. Alejandro Mayorga will enter the contest. And Tajay Argentine will also check in. De Jesus will get a break, as will Gabriel Ocaris.
I did not see who Ivan came in for there.
I was looking for that too. I'm not sure either.
Oh, I think it's Igor who's just taking the long road back from the corner.
Well, that's a Dominguez trade, at least for these two. Izzy, I don't think, lingered quite as long. Gomez on the corner. That's over everybody in gray. Boynton chasing Lopez, who's got that shielded as a throw in for the Knights. And Gabriel Barreto will enter the game. Barreto, an assist last Saturday in the game against Penn State Beaver.
It's Walter Lopez checking out for the Knights.
Another very good program, too, that this Berkeley teams plays, and that Penn State Beaver squad. That's over here. It's Alfie's heading it our way. Barreto with a quick throw. Gabriel Borges, 33. Barreto keeps that in play. Trying to connect with Urbis. Urbis got through. Squared. Oh, it's over the bar. That looked to be the breakthrough, but it's just high. Alejandro Mayorga just entered the game and almost was instant offense, but this stays level. Tremendous ball across, and wow, didn't miss by much, but it's over the bar.
That one really should have ended up in the back of the net. Urbis did a great job to get inside position on Bashford, was able to hold him off with the left shoulder, and then delivered an inch-perfect pass to the edge of the six.
So a reprieve for the Mustangs. See what they can do with this. As Nzuzi has to lunge for the ball. He's got it now. Nzuzi wasn't fooling Barreto. And Barreto makes the claim. Igor Dominguez. Looked like he shoved down Barreto a little bit. It'll be a throw-in as Gomez knocks it out into touch. And the referee coming over again, probably a little bit of lecture for some of the players. But I would think he's going to have to get the cards out soon. It's one of those games that has the potential to boil over.
Especially with just both these teams knowing they have the ability and they want to get as many wins as possible. This is the type of signature win on a season that can really set the tempo for you.
Bashford outpacing Urbis, and that's not easy to do.
And we don't expect either team to be more than a goal ahead for the majority of this game if someone does find the breakthrough.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was pretty sure of this contest, is that a lot of these two teams have played in a lot of blowouts where they've been on the winning end of them. This game should not be a blowout either way. It would be surprising to me if it were. Argentine worked that out wide, and the flag is up. Borges is offside.
Just a half a step, but that was well positioned by Bashford to set the line where he did and almost invite them to try to send that through ball.
And Nzuzi popped high toward Auger. Auger and Argentine, they're mixed up together. Auger wants support, and he has it in DiPalato. Good ball movement by the Mustangs. Auger worked into the area and going down to slide that away. The defender, that was number 15, Andrade. Some pressure now for the Mustangs, though. Gomez, speculative shot, nobody there, no problem for Batista.
That was a great sliding challenge there to knock that one away from an open chance for Sam Boynton to get on the other end of it there. He could very easily have popped up to knock that one home for the opening goal here late on in the first half.
Matty Waters, a nice recovery, conceded the throw. Looked like the Knights were off to a break there. Still something brewing for them now. Gomez couldn't plow his way through. And playing long ahead. Can Igor Dominguez get there? No, he did, but he fouled the defender and a free kick. Now to the Knights.
Getting a little testy there on both ends. Jeremiah Gomez coming together with Urbez back towards the line for the Knights. And then on the other end, Ivan Dominguez just a little too much contact on the backside trying to fight his way through.
Auger with a foul that time. Both teams' coaches kind of saying, calm down, boys. And the one hopper to Cody Cleveland. No problem with that for the rookie keeper. Gomez walked his way into some traffic. That was stolen. Mayorga carrying. That's played ahead. The flag stays down. The shot. Oh, not far away.
Was touched. Cleveland got a left hand to that one to just brush it off his fingertips.
Steven Urbez, who has all 5 points that he's scored on opening day against Christendom, 2 goals and an assist, was very close there.
That's a spectacular stop. Cleveland, who I give a lot of credit to, even on that pass across to set up a wide open look for Gabor Mayorga, he still was able to get over there and get low enough to give him no choice but to try to put it into the roof of the net. Might have put him off to miss over the crossbar.
Mayorga's on the corner from the right side. Headed down, shot right at the keeper. Steven Urbez there again. Challenging bounce on that shot, but he put it on frame and forced a good save out of Cody Cleveland. No one there in gray. Possession gifted back to Buell and the Knights.
This is starting to become a personal war waged between the number 11 in blue and white and the number 0 in black in net for this Central Maine team. Those two are just trying to get the better of each other, and so far Cleveland's out on top.
It's Matty Waters who knocked that out into touch. Actually cleared toward the touch. I never did come out there. Morales regaining possession. And a foul called on the Mustangs once again, setting up another free kick for Berkeley. And in the 42nd minute, if it's a boxing match, you'd say so far in this round, the Knights probably ahead on points, but no goals.
Absolutely. They've done such a great job of buying a lot of these fouls, just closing the gate behind the defender and forcing the Central Maine player to try to go through the back of him or reach around a leg to fish the ball away. That's a recipe for the whistle.
Fernando Morales, the Venezuelan freshman, will take the free kick, although there's a bit of a scrum going on and some pushing and shoving. The referee over to talk to the players.
Now this is where the rules of how things are approached kind of get a little messy. The laws of the game recently have been changed so that you have to give at least a yard if you're an attacking player trying to be in the wall or next to the wall, but this is far away. This isn't the wall being set up.
Headed away by Bashford, only down as far as Gomez. Knights resetting, fed into the area, no one there in blue. Cleveland an easy catch.
And you can see what Berkeley's trying to do on those free kicks, almost the way they position their players. Set little picks, try to get something peeling off the back where the defender can't follow them.
Ivan Dominguez. Look at the speed, though, from Andrade to get there and put the pressure on. That was last touched by Ivan. He doesn't like the call, but it's a throw-in for the Knights. Borges stolen by Nzuzi. A foul called there. A little shoulder check thrown by Miguel Andrade. Nzuzi Over for the free kick. Gomez there too. Let's see which one of the two will take it. Gomez. Headed right away, only as far as Matty Waters. Actually scratched Mitch Cameron. Gomez. All the way across. Can Yvonne get there? Not quite. That was well played by the keeper as well. A foul called on the Mustangs. Another free kick.
Tironong just a little too scrappy there trying to win that one back.
Urbez headed that out wide toward Mayorga. Into the last minute of the half. We have a breakthrough before the break. Andrade. Suad Lukovic. Trying to ladle that into the area. Was headed away.
Flag up for offside.
Yeah, it was offside as well. Yeah, just saw that. Wind's picked up a little bit. A beautiful day. Not too hot. A little hotter for the players out there on that pitch, though, with no shade. But this is a game, weather-wise, no one's going to complain about in the middle of September.
Oh, absolute gorgeous day for soccer.
Sam Boyden trying to get there quickly and get the throw-in taken. Into the last 10 seconds. He threw it right away. Hooked right back down the touchline by Waters. And that'll do it on the first half. It was physical. It was an exciting battle. Had a lot of things. What it did not have were goals. No score here at the break. The Central Maine Community College Mustangs and the Berkeley College Knights locked in a scoreless draw after 45 minutes on Munzing Media.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost, and for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Same thing as always.
That's the front of the net.
All those little things to make you what you are.
Zero, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Sit right here.
USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that you typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCAA.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched Forensic Files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around. I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm in Intro to Criminal Justice and Criminal Law and Report Writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be known.
Helping people is kind of ingrained into me. I am so glad that I chose to be here. It's a really great program.
Primary deaths in the heart.
The instructors are super helpful.
They really do set you up to be successful in the field.
The new hospital simulation lab here at CMCC is a great addition.
It's as close to replicating real life as you can get.
We did an IV lab.
With a mannequin, it's nice to get your toes wet before you jump into a clinical setting.
Deep breath.
CMCC is the best place to start nursing. It's challenging, but you are learning.
You have a smaller size classroom, smaller ratio to instructors.
It's affordable.
It really provided me relief that I'm not going to accrue a lot of debt.
I needed to set myself and my family up for success after.
I'm going to come out of this able to actually practice as an RN in the real field. It's a wonderful opportunity.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Here at halftime, a scoreless draw currently through 45 minutes between the Berkeley College Knights and the Central Maine Community College Mustangs men's soccer team. We're here now with CMCC's women's soccer coach, Rob Rodriguez. Rob, thanks for joining us here.
Sure.
We didn't have enough Robs with Rob Munzing and Rob Kennedy. We needed a 3.
Well, you can never have enough. You know?
There you go. There you go. Well, I wanted to get your thoughts first off on what you saw from the 45 minutes. Rare that we see the Mustangs held without a goal in the first half. It's happened a couple of times this season, but that for a 0-0 45 minutes was relatively entertaining soccer.
It was, and I love the pace of the game. Berkeley's a really good team, and I think the men's team saw them at Nationals last year, But yeah, I love the pace of the game. It's pretty wide open. Chances on both sides. I think Berkeley had a little bit more of the edge in terms of opportunities at the net, but really the game could have gone either way. And I just love the pace. I love the physicality of it. It's fun to watch.
There's been certainly a lot of fouls so far. I think a lot of that the Knights just doing a good job of closing off that space, forcing the Mustangs defenders to try to go through the back or try to poke around to knock that ball loose. And that's been a little bit of a recipe for drawing the referee's whistle. But we've also seen a chance for Central Maine to go on the counterattack, something that when you've got 65, 75% possession in a game, you don't get the chance to do, and that's opened up a little bit for them to try to clip the ball over the top.
Yeah, and Berkeley's a little more direct in their play, whereas CM will be a little bit more deliberate in how they build up the attack. But yeah, it's been a fast-paced two-way game, and it's really fun to watch that way.
One player who has gotten himself quite a bit more work so far in net, Cody Cleveland. He hasn't put a foot wrong, has made some spectacular saves, but he's also just been clean with the ball, getting good catches on it to make sure that he's taking care of things and restarting play for the back 3 of the Mustangs to try to build out of. But I want to turn my attention now to talk a little bit about the women's soccer team. Obviously, we haven't gotten the chance to see you as much there just because, well, we've been in a scenario where you guys are only having 5 home games this season. You guys have just finished up your slate of NCAA Division III matches. A tough one on the road against Tussin, but like we've talked about before, it's a chance for you to test your squad and see how they're doing.
Yeah, I love playing those teams. We get better doing it, and that's why we try to start the season, playing some of the toughest competition we can get. And we've been getting better with each game and working on different things with each game, and really paying attention to what we need for conference play.
Just trying to let our officials know there that we've got an issue with the clock not wanting to count down if they want to take 8 minutes left or so there. Should be just about 8 minutes left on the clock, at least according to the timer, which is not counting down for some reason here. We'll have to take a look at that and make sure we get that sorted out before the second set of 45 minutes gets underway. But when you look at how this team is approaching, the big question marks were surrounding how your team was going to score goals, how you were going to place the 26 goal output left by Natalie last year, and it seems like you guys have been able to find out a lot of things about this team. Maybe it's not going to be 5 goals from one particular player like we saw in the YSCC championship game a season ago, but you guys are going to have different ways of putting together attacks, and it feels like you've been experimenting with who your strikers and attacking midfielder might be for the best combination.
Yeah, we've been moving players around. This is a more versatile roster than what we've had in the past, probably ever. We've had the luxury of playing a string of games against really top competition to see what players can do in different positions. We've been using a formation that we've never used before, trying to have them to learn that, whether that's something we use moving forward as we get into conference play is still to be decided. But we were still experimenting quite a bit on Friday night at Husson, because we look at the schedule and we know which games we're going to be missing some players due to our nursing program, so we have to make those adjustments. Well, we want to find that out now. So we move players around. We have a pretty good feeling of what everybody can do. And how we want to arrange them. Offensive output is still, I'm not going to say it's a concern, but it's still a little bit of a question mark right now to see how we go about that. But I think, you're right. It won't be one player getting all the goals. We just have a deeper roster this year. So I think we're going to see the production come from a range of players, especially more so this year than it has in the past.
Well, very excited to see how the team's going to look against SMCC coming up this week, and it'd be nice to have you guys back on home turf as well after a long trip out on the road.
Yeah, it'll be good to be back home. We play home Wednesday. We're on the road again for a long day trip up to Fort Kent on Friday, and then we're back home on Sunday, so that'll be nice. We don't mind being on the road. We're pretty good on the road, I think. But it'd be nice to play in front of a home crowd, and the SM game is always a wild one, and we've watched video of them, so we know what they can do. They're a good team, and we should be ready.
Well, it's always a fun one when the Mustangs and Seawolves get together. You can pretty much throw out the records, but speaking of records, we've got ourselves a scoreless one here between a team that was a runner-up for the national title a year ago in Berkeley College and a team that was one game away from facing off against them in the national title in CMCC. Can either squad find the breakthrough coming up in the next 45 minutes? You'll have to stay tuned to find out here on Munzing Media.
Same thing as always.
That's the front of the net.
All those little things to make you what you are.
0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.
Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. That's it right here.
Since 1964, the mission of Central Maine Community College has been to serve the surrounding communities with an enriched and inclusive learning environment. The college takes pride in transforming students into employees through lifelong learning opportunities that expand career aspirations and improve current workplace skills. While the most evident changes have been made to the physical layout of the college, the real magic happens within the learning. Engaging in classroom conversations, collaborating in immersive hands-on projects in labs, and sharing through teamwork in academics and extracurricular activities provide students with opportunities to think critically, solve real-world problems, and become lifelong learners. At CMCC, students are surrounded by peers all working towards the same goal, with expert faculty who seek out innovative ways to make classes more than just a lecture, and staff who make student success their priority. Students are empowered to forge their own path towards graduation and beyond. Please join us in celebrating the 60th anniversary of Central Maine Community College and be part of our continued journey of growth and innovation.
When I'm on the road speaking, I'm able to have sidebar conversations with everybody that wants to come talk to me. And I hear about their family and loved ones that are going through maybe cancer, maybe a critical illness, maybe something, being disabled from a job and not having the coverage that they need because their healthcare just didn't cover it.
I ask that you would allow one of our experienced representatives to come into your business so that we are able to educate you on the value of these very, very important products.
Rob Kennedy and Caleb Lamb back here with you in Auburn. Central Maine and Berkeley getting set for the second half, coming up here on Munzing Media. And mentioned before the break that if it was a boxing match, I would have Berkeley ahead 10-9 on points after round one, but no one really landing any serious shots. The Knights had more possession and the bulk of the time in the offensive third, but the Mustangs did have opportunities on the counter and actually came close to scoring a couple of times, mostly by Igor Dominguez. But both his shots, when he had the chance, went wide. Victor Batista, the All-American keeper for the Knights, wasn't tested very much, and Cody Cleveland looked like an All-American keeper in that first half, especially with the save he made to tip a long-range shot over the bar. Really, though, no great opportunities for either team. Opportunities are going to come sporadically in the second half, you would think. It's a matter of which team is going to be able to cash in on them, if any. Mustangs home again on Thursday against Southern Maine Community College, the big in-state rivalry matchup. And then heading up to the county, all the way up north to Fort Kent on Friday and Saturday. And Paul Smith's a big league clash here on Sunday. That was the Yankee Small College Conference semifinal last year. So we'll switch ends. The Mustangs and the Grays here at home today. They'll attack from right to left. The Knights wearing the blues. They'll set up in front of their keeper, Victor Batista. They'll attack from left to right. Joseph Buell, the defender, number 2, is getting treated at halftime. But he's all right. Right back in the game. He got clipped in the game against Northern Essex on the back heel. That was bugging him a little bit. And that was a game that had, I think, 9 cards in it, including 2 red cards, both for Northern Essex. One player a straight red, and another one was sent off with 2 bookable offenses. Mustangs will start in possession here in the second half. Ivan Dominguez, actually scratched that, they won't. Berkeley will start in possession. I saw Dominguez going to the ball, but what I didn't see was Steven Urbez standing right over it, set to kick us off and get us underway. Lukovic, kind of a casual pass. Don't see that much from him, but Andrade was right there alertly. Di Pilato, great anticipation. Ivan Dominguez, stripped by Ocaris. A battle over there as Jason DeJesus got some rest. He's back in the game. Trying to go long. Urbez running on to that, but there's Cleveland. Di Pilato.
Certainly no argument here that Berkeley had the better of the chances in the first half. I'll be very curious to see how CM sets themselves up for the opening part of this second half. Looking back through, I think it's 4 matches in a row, Rob, that CM has scored within 5 minutes of the restart.
Well, they've got 2 minutes and 55 seconds to keep that going. A little harder against Berkeley, though, because Berkeley has controlled the possession. They have it again. Hard to score without the ball. De Jesus worked that back, and Igor Dominguez closing in on Gomez. Samuel Gomez heard him coming. Cameron stepped up, tried to play that, and a foul called as Ocaris goes tumbling.
Ashford just catching him on the ankle there as he tried to wiggle his way through.
Decent position for a free kick. Probably too far to take a shot, you would think, at least at this level. You sometimes see it in the pros. Yeah, clearly too far out as they move the ball back a little bit. But a very good position to try to pick something out here with a set piece. Morales. He's ready to take. In toward the goal, headed. Oh, just wide. They are a dangerous team from set pieces. They've displayed that. That's one of their closer attempts the Knights here in the afternoon.
And Urbez again just off the target to the near side post. But the fact that they've been able to get their head to these free kicks first shows that they are very well drilled in the set pieces.
And they don't have the height advantage either back there.
No.
Great strip. Cameron. But again, closing down Morales. That team gets back quickly. It's Hector Castro, number 13, the touchline. Gomez shielded off by Gomez. Two Gomez's there. Samuel with the victory over Jeremiah.
Gomez on Gomez crime, but a very good job to close the gate once again, and they are just not giving the Mustangs inside body position. This is the same thing that CM does to so many other teams against them that causes frustration.
Flag stayed down. Urbez is through, and he opens the scoring. And this time it's the Knights who score in the first 5 minutes from the restart. Steven Urbez, first goal since opening day against Christendom. He had 2 that day. And he's got his 3rd of the season. It comes in the 49th minute.
Well, you have to say it's been coming, and finally he's able to take advantage.
The Mustangs having to play from behind. They did that in the preseason.
Say again for me.
Now let's see if the Mustangs have to change their approach. So they're playing from behind. Gomez. Tough bounce for Waters. Flag is up this time, though, and good thing as well as Jason DeJesus, the leading scorer, was all by himself behind the defense. Urbez is down on the turf. He was fouled. It'll be a free kick to the Knights when all that's said and done.
Well, I don't know if you mentioned it while I was trying to make sure the clock was sorted out there, but all the discussion about Central Maine being the team to score within 5 minutes of the restart, Berkeley does it to them.
It's kind of like playing a mirror image of yourself today if you're the Mustangs, isn't it? It's a Spider-Man meme come to life. See why this Knights team has had so much success overall. 2-time defending champs in their conference, the Hudson Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. No problem there for Cleveland. And 4 straight appearances in the Division II National Tournament, 2 straight appearances, and defeats in the national title game, both to Johnson and Wales out of North Carolina. They were a thorn, as Caleb mentioned in the first half. That was Bates for a second. Against the Mustangs earlier this season. Oh, great footwork by Andrade. He was cleaned out, and this is going to get a yellow card as the referee wants the clock stopped. We said one was coming. It'll be Jeremiah Gomez, who leads the team in that category, picks up another. So Gomez a yellow card in the 50th minute. So he'll be on a caution the rest of the way. Looks just like a frustration play by Gomez again when you can't find the ball, and The Knights are playing a game of keep away against you. It can be extremely frustrating to battle this club. He just came a little late with that challenge, and Nzuzi heads it over this way. Igor Dominguez. Back toward Nzuzi, who's got some space. Ivan's going to goal, but it's intercepted. Victor Batista knew exactly where that cross was coming.
And intercepted the right terminology there, like a safety coming up to pick off a pass in American football. He read that route very well to cut it off.
Matty Waters, a good tackle down low. Here's De Jesus. Mustangs have kept De Jesus quiet so far, but there's so many weapons on this Knights team. Of course, Stephen Urbase, has really been the one who's attracted most of the attention today and been the most threatening player, and rewarded with that goal a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, he's certainly been the star today for the Knights, as he has popped up to create all those chances in the first half and now puts his nose out in front of the personal battle he'd been waging against Cleveland, as he took that one-on-one finish very smartly to tuck it low inside the post.
It's a battle of All-Americans over there on the far flank. Suad Lukovic and Ivan Dominguez. We haven't said Ivan's name all that much, and I'm guessing that Lukovic is a big part of the reason why he's neutralized the leading scorer of this Mustangs team.
Yeah, he's done a great job. We've seen Ivan kind of have to adapt to the passer role to try to set up brother Igor rather than the other way around, as has been the men's soccer team approach here over the last week and a half or so.
Can I get the feelings that the Mustangs do get on the board, it's going to come from either a set piece or a long-range shot. Just trying to set things up inside that front third has been impossible so far through 52 minutes.
The referee having a discussion here with Alfie Bashford, the captain. Not sure if he's relaying information that he wants to go to the rest of the team, or if that's something as an instruction for the center back in particular, who has had a few casual chats with the Berkeley Strikers, to put it politely.
Now Alfie's over talking with Stephen Urbis.
Okay, this might be a little more serious here.
This is the referee trying to cool down the teams. We're back to open play. Di Palato. That one did get through Morales. Doesn't happen very often, but he was backed up again. Lukovic right there. Gomez. That's a nice ball to Urbis. Matty Waters out there one-on-one with him defensively. And Waters, second time's the charm. And the throw-in went off Matty, so it stays with Berkeley. The breeze picking up here, making this day even more pleasant. Gomez on Gomez again. That time Samuel heads that ahead. Lukovic. There's the long shot I was talking about, this time, though, from the Knights. Good velocity on the shot, but right at the keeper, Cleveland. He'll save that all the time.
I believe that was Lukovic, another one of the ones wearing the captain's armband, who tried his luck from long range there.
He scored 5 on the season. Had one in the last contest as well yesterday against Bryant and Stratton Albany. That doesn't stay in play. A good run down that touchline. Won't stay in despite Nzuzi trying his best.
Yeah, if you're able to overhit Nzuzi, the Brunswick Tigers star, with all that speed, you know that one's a bit overhit because he's the fastest man on the pitch for either side.
Bashford pops that high. Will Nzuzi get to keep this in? He lost the height battle there with the defender. Once again, it's Lukovic. You see why Suad's such a highly regarded player.
And that's going to be a yellow card as well.
The yellow card being brought out here. Each team in the book with one player. That's Fernando Morales who ends up in the book.
Yeah, just a dangerous challenge there. Had the studs of both cleats exposed as he came in there on Gomez.
And Bashford accidentally on purpose ran over Morales on the way away from the discussion. So Morales in the book for the Knights, and Gomez on a yellow card for the Mustangs. Speaking of Gomez, he's likely to take this free kick. There's an opportunity for the Mustangs. We said long range might be the way back in this game. Well, they have an opportunity perhaps here. We'll see if they shoot or try a set piece.
Batista, who just hasn't been challenged yet, you don't really know what to expect from the goalkeeper.
He's shielding his eyes from the sun, though. He is looking into it a little bit, though not directly.
And there's a little bit of wind as well that could cause some problems. So the referee's going to back this wall up.
Alfie
This
Bash.
is certainly shooting territory.
Alfie Bashford out there as well. He'll make a run to the goal, and he's someone they can try to pick out with his height. Well, he's marked closely by Lukovic. There's the shot, and a great save. The rebound spilled, but cleared away. Oh, Batista played that tremendously.
Well, that answers that question. That's a fantastic stop to dive over and get two hands behind it. Couldn't hold it, couldn't push it away, but his defense there to handle the rebound.
Yeah, Joseph Buell got there quickly and cleared it away. Waters. Gomez trying the back heel. It was Buell again who stopped it. Di Pilato. He's got to hurry, and jersey pull there from De Jesus. The referee allowed them to really encroach with the ball, the Mustangs. But it comes to nothing. It's intercepted again by Suad Lukovic. Flag is up. They tried to connect on that far side. De Jesus did have some space, but he was offside. Alfie Bashford with the free kick. Alfie directing traffic. That's headed up by Igor Dominguez. And Zuzi. Try to cross that. It ends up in a corner for Central Maine. Corners have not been the strong suit for the Mustangs here at home the last few games, and that continues.
Yeah, that illustrates your point right there pretty well. That might be the worst struck corner kick we've seen on the season, is that one tailing way out of play, but Mustangs did manage to come through with a set-piece goal the last time we saw them out on the home field against York County. They could use something like that to get back into it.
Ivan trying to lead Igor through. Too many defenders there. In the end, Batista pouncing. Now, Matty Waters misplayed that a bit. It's trouble with Urbez there. Urbez shot, deflected. Huge shouts from the bench. They wanted a foul called. And it comes to nothing.
Well, Matty Waters gets away with a tug on the shorts there. Nearly pantsed Urbez as he was trying to get through on goal.
Would have been a straight red card, too. He was the last defender. Also in the area, I think. Talk about a lucky break for the Mustangs. There's one. Oh, the battle continues here. It rolls all the way through to Cleveland. Di Pilato. Now it's Cameron. Ocaris gave him nowhere to go. Soto lost a step, recovered a little bit, but now it's taken back by the Knights. Morales. Continuing. Open on the near side, a shot and a save. Urbez looking for his second one. He scuffed the shot a little bit in the end, a little easier for Cleveland than Urbez wanted to make it.
Well, I think there he was trying to see if he could get the goalkeeper to lean one way or the other, but Cleveland holds his nerve well, and when the low shot finally came, simple enough for him to get two hands on and hold it.
Gomez was fouled. Ocaris the guilty party, and a free kick for the Mustangs. Igor Dominguez. Try to play that through for Soto. And he and Ivan Dominguez had their signals crossed. Approaching the hour mark here. The goal came in the 50th minute. Steven Urbez. And a deserved goal to put the Knights in front.
And these long punts from the goalkeeper Batista have caused some problems. First from Waters the last time out with Urbez sneaking behind him, and now for Bashford, who had to handle it on a bounce over his head.
Waters gets rid of it, and Zuzi. He's hounded by Lukovic. Zuad Lukovic conceding the throw. Andrade knocked that away from Ivan Dominguez. Knights have it once again. Couldn't make the quick counter this time. Now they'll try to turn up the gears. Steven Urbez again, he has the goal. Urbez outside to Jesus. Trying to go across the face of goal, and there was Matty Waters. Marco da Silva re-entering the contest.
And Urbez is going to come to the sideline, at least for the moment.
Marco da Silva will take the corner. Just past the hour mark. Delivery goes all the way through everybody. And rolls out for a goal kick.
Well, this has been one of those games where Dalton Wing has not leaned much on his substitutes, trying to stretch as much as he can from his starters, but he is going to bring in Exo Namwira here.
So Exo comes in. He'll take Tiro Nong's place. If the scoreline continues at 1-0, we'll see what kind of bag of tricks Dalton Wing will have up his sleeve to try to get the equalizer. First key is just maintaining possession. They have not had the ball much today, which again is unusual. They'll get the foul called on Igor Dominguez, a pretty obvious forearm shiver.
Igor and Ivan have certainly struggled today against a physical back line, haven't made themselves available as target forwards enough to help out their midfield, and that has been part of the recipe for this Knights team having a huge amount of possession in this second half.
Physical, fast, and incredibly alert out there, too. They haven't put a wrong foot all day, really.
Good pressure from Igor there, though, to at least force a bad hit to the back line that Waters can get a head on.
Alfie heading that towards Soto, only gets as far as Ocaris. Now Soto with some room to run, taking a look up. Headed the opposite direction by Ivan Dominguez. Ivan might get this again, though. He does draw the foul.
No, I think they're going to say
yeah, Lukovic got the
it.
handball there, yep. Looked at first was Lukovic was beaten, but it's a handball they called. Buell. Miscommunication with Hector Castro, number 13, down that right wing. Pass is too far for him, but Castro stops it. Got clipped there by Matty Waters. Right back to Ocaris. Wheeling his way around Buell, but Buell had support from Andrade. Igor Dominguez. Just trying to find any kind of option here is difficult. Di Pilato ahead to Soto. And Zuzi. Headed into the area, headed out immediately by Lukovic. Ivan Dominguez. Out comes the keeper, Batista, to claim. Batista starting quickly. A lot of space for Hector Castro here. Jeremiah Gomez closing down. To Jesus. Flag stayed down, but it'll roll in on the keeper. And the flag does come up at the end. No, it's a yellow card. That's why they stopped it. So Alfie Bashford gets the yellow. Alfie in the book in the 65th minute. He joins his teammate Jeremiah Gomez and also Morales for the Knights. Give the players a chance to get a quick water break. Ian Piardell is about to come back in when he can. He started the game for the Knights.
Can only assume that yellow card has something to do with the discussion with Bashford earlier about talking to the opponents.
All right, the question is going to be who's going to have possession here. So it's blue indirect. The flag was not for the offside, but for the infraction. Let's see where they put the ball.
Yeah, I think the issue is that it had not been offside. The player was in an offside position, but the whistle blew before he actually ran onto it. And if you're going to give the infraction for the yellow card there, it's got to be a restart for the team that had possession, which in that case was Berkeley.
It is indirect.
Well, it's a drop ball.
Oh, they want to drop ball
should have
now.
been,
Okay, yeah.
but you can't restart with the drop ball in that position, so he just has to drop it and let them have an indirect kick from there. It's one of the more complicated restarts we've seen this season.
I haven't seen that one before. I'm glad you're here with the rules explanation, because that one I would not have known.
Don't necessarily trust me, but at least a little bit closer probably on the the USSF referee course.
That's one broadcast you should take, and I might jump into one of those after this season. Be set for next season.
It's pretty good. The only problem is
hockey.
every high school across the Maine is going to try to get you to come do some games for them.
No, I just want to know the rules. I don't want to call the game. De Jesus. That was stolen immediately by Jeremiah Gomez. Castro was going around the corner. He's in the vicinity again. There's a good physical battle going on that touch line. Cameron and De Jesus. De Jesus off the backfield. Namwira in there and a foul called. Foul called against the Knights. This time a free kick to the Central Maine Mustangs.
I believe that's De Jesus there just for the holding on to the midsection of Namwira as he was trying to squeak past him.
DiPalato. He overshot his target, Dominguez. Gomez toward Igor Dominguez. Igor Dominguez. That's a goal kick. What a tremendous defensive play by Joseph Buell. He got the touch on that and knocked it off the Mustang player for the goal kick. And Ian Piardell will take this opportunity to get himself back into the match. Gabriel Caris, the Florida native, will head off. Possession will become even more important now with just 24 minutes to go.
Now, if you're Berkeley and you're looking at this situation here in the 66th minute, this is pretty much to plan for you. You might want a few more goals in for the number of chances you've created, but you've dealt with Central Maine's offense. You've held them to just a couple of chances.
They have really neutralized this Mustangs offense like really no one I've seen do here in Auburn in quite some time, maybe ever. Samuel Gomez. Lopez. Piardell right in the mix after just coming on. Lopez. On that goal line, trying to feed into the area. Too many Mustangs. Belted away. Trouble lurking here into the area. Just wide. That was picked up by Urbis. Excuse me, it was... Now I can see it. 27, Lopez, who was there. Trying to feed that across the mouth of the goal toward De Jesus and just missed.
Wasn't far away, just past the post. And now we'll see a couple of changes here for Central Maine.
Sam Boynton in the contest again.
And Bashford coming off here.
Leandro Augerin as well. So Bashford, we don't usually see him come off outside of injury. He had a knock a couple games ago. Gabriel Borges wanted to come in now. They're going to make him wait.
So Mikel Soto dropping back to take on that center back role with Waters and DiPilato either side of him.
Payardo right over there on the left touch line. Trying to go square. De Jesus was there. He was up muscled by Soto. Auger played back. Mustangs, though, would love to get some space to get loose and counter, but the Knights have not allowed that all afternoon. A little push off there by Namwira on a free kick. You will not see the Knights in any particular hurry to take these set pieces with a 1-0 lead. Gomez looking for a target. Punched away alertly by Cody Cleveland, but still dangerous. Drilled out of there by Igor Dominguez. Buell. Switching the field again. Knocked down by DiPilato at the 18. Gomez. Mustangs look to counter here. He's got company with Hector Castro. Played ahead Ivan Dominguez. Look how far out Batista came. He knew exactly what the Mustangs would try and snuffed it out at the top of the area.
And offsides because never did quite get back onsides, did De Silva. That's one that'll have you with a little sheepish look on your face to your goalkeeper after a great delivery there, and all you had to do was jog an extra half yard back to be in the position to be one-on-one through on goal.
There's no way through over there on the right side. Knights with it again. Here they come, crossing the midfield stripe. De Silva. That bounces off Payardo. De Jesus. Battling two Mustangs. Now Muir had to play that back. Gomez. Cameron.
Well, this has been better, more intricate passing from Central Maine, just more willing to go backwards first, and having Soto on that left back side, Rob, seems to give them a little bit more forward passing option as he's comfortable going long or switching the field.
But nothing opportunity-wise ahead of that play has been the problem. They're willing to let them play pass in the back third or near it, as long as they're not giving up opportunities near their goal. Those have been extremely rare in the afternoon. Deflects high, edge of the area, pounded away immediately. Look at the spin on that, though. Castro, dispossessed by Namwira. Namwira kept that in play. And came out. Linesman saw it all the way down the line, and this will get Borges into the contest. We'll also see Fabricio Souza enter the game for the first time. It's Fabricio Souza, not Souza, Souza. Acrobatic play by Leandro Auger. Didn't have a teammate at the end of it. DiPilato heading that forward. Seems like every time the ball is pushed forward by the Mustangs, there's someone in a blue jersey to defend and steal. Soto, that bounced up on Borges. Play continues. Waters. Sends it back, and a free kick now to the Mustangs.
An argument here about a dangerous play and the yellow card's out of the pocket.
Samuel Gomez getting the yellow, so both Gomez's in the book.
Well, you said they were like the Spider-Man meme. They're
really
doing
has
everything
been.
together.
Mirror image, not much between these two teams, with a nice, just a little superior today. They had the 1-goal lead and have frustrated the Mustangs' attack. That's to me been the most impressive part of what they've done. Yellow card in the 78th minute for Samuel Gomez. Cleveland drills it away. Nzuzi. Gomez in the edge of the area, trying to flick it to a teammate. Now we're up, shoulder to shoulder with Buell, but they get Buell for the foul there. That's not going to be a call that's popular with the boys in blue. It wasn't stopped, so the Mustangs have to restart it.
A little surprised at that one.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there at all.
Yep. Purposeful encouragement there. You can't do it. It's an easy way to get in the book.
So that's Hector Castro's in the book.
So many players believe that as long as the player doesn't ask for 10, they can just stand wherever they want. But the rules are quite clear. You must be retreating from the player taking the free kick. The laws of the game haven't changed for 30, 40 some odd years. But it is one of those things that most players haven't bothered to actually go through and read them.
So a set piece here. Let's see if the Mustangs can conjure something up. Gomez. Punched away. Batista came over everybody and got the hand on it to knock it clear. Justin Violet, Tiro Nong back in the game for the Mustangs. Mitch Cameron off. I didn't see the Mustang come off yet.
It's going to be Nzuzi, but he was trying to go off on the far side. Referee didn't like that.
And Nzuzi's coming off over here, yep. A foul called. Sam Boynton was knocked down. A chance for a set piece here. Leandro Auger. Jeremiah Gomez. Probably Gomez will strike this. Oh no, he's backing out. It's Auger who will take. Decent delivery. That's too far over the head of Sam Boynton, however. Now a chance for the Knights to counter. Castro. He's got Borges. Will Borges find this? Not quite. Ran out of space. And it's a goal kick.
It's a good ball, just a little bit too over-hit, but nearly fed him to the touchline.
Adrian Mindra in the contest now, a junior. He'll check in, and Hector Castro will get a rest. He's played a very strong game for the visitors.
And Igor will swap out Ivan, which gives both of them at least a couple of minutes rest here in the second half.
Gomez on the run. Oh, great sliding challenge by Mindra, who just came in.
That was fantastic there to win that.
Perfectly timed by the junior. Igor Dominguez. Gomez and Dominguez trying the 1-2. It's out of Dominguez's reach. Violet trying to press the issue, but Batista collectedly picks it up. Payardo played out wide. Waters back to the keeper. Gomez. Violet. Violet showed too much of the ball that time to the All-American Lukovic, and challenge on Lukovic. They were Some shouts for a foul there, but nothing called at all. But nothing comes of that as the Knights have it right back.
Jeremiah Gomez, a lucky boy.
Oh,
the way he leapt through the air there with the stud showing. If he didn't come down in front of the ball and win the ball, that's second yellow card territory for him.
I'm going to say he's already in the book, so that was a razor-thin margin that he had to stay in this game as the Mustangs offside. Gabriel Ocaris wants to come back in. He'll have to wait until the next throw-in. But he'll be the next sub for the Knights, returning to the game. Violet. Sam Boynton now. He will catch up to this. Is out into touch, and that'll get Ocaris into the contest.
Leading team subbing in the last 15 minutes will bring the stoppage.
Samuel Gomez will come off. He's on a yellow card, so he's off the pitch. That's the one thing that Bruno Ferreira, the Knights coach, does not want is any of the three players on a yellow card to pick up a second one and open the door a bit for the Mustangs to grab the equalizer, a man up. Free kick for Central Maine. Over on that far side. Tiro Nong looks like he'll be the one to take it. He's setting up. Time ticking away, though. The Mustangs with 12 and a half to go. Lukovic, another great defensive play, heading that down. And no way through at all, Ocaris. Played out wide, Gabriel Borges. Borges has Soto chasing. Borges shoots. There's the save, and the rebound pops outside of the area. Great goalkeeping by Cleveland.
Excellent job there to spread himself wide and make the save after Soto was left for dead there by the speed of Borges, but he at the very least did force him to take a wider angle to the target.
Namware was looking for Igor Dominguez. It was too far away. Batista the easy take.
And someone's got to go pressure the goalkeeper, or he's just going to dribble it. Igor finally being aware of that fact.
Every second the Knights can kill now, what they'd like to do. What they really like is a put-away goal. They get a second one here with this little time remaining. The offense of the Mustangs, as good as they are, would really be up against it. That pinball's through to Namwira. Great race going on here. Igor Dominguez has to take on two different players. Andrade played that out, wanted the throw, thought he rolled it over Igor's foot.
And that was an illegal throw. It didn't start from behind his head.
Get the ball back to the boys in blue anyway.
Gonna call him for the infraction of trying to shield him off and give him interference. My goodness. Sorry, I think you wanted to explain that, Rob.
No, that's fine if you're doing that. Trying to work their way into the area of the Mustangs. Tiro Nong. Auger. Gomez with a shot, but it curls wide. And Ivan Dominguez, the leading scorer on this Mustangs team, back in for the last 10 and a half minutes. Mustangs will have 10 minutes to try to find the equalizer here. But you wonder how many opportunities there will be to level this game. Morales up the far touchline. Lukovic. DiPilato arrives first. He was fouled, a free kick for the Mustangs.
Got pretty well clattered there on that far side.
Waters. Waters will take it himself. Should have kept his run going. Bayardo intercepts. Now a 2-on-1 developing, and Soto breaks it up. That keeps the Mustangs' hopes alive. Namwira. Auger. Violet couldn't play that through. Violet has it again. On the edge of the area, Igor Dominguez. Auger. Payardal over to Steele. A foul called on the Mustangs. Free kick to Berkeley.
Auger just a little too selfish there, trying to take it on himself, and then dives in recklessly to give up the free kick as well.
Steven Urbis, the goal scorer for this Knights team, is about set to check back in when he gets the chance. Souza, excuse me. Couldn't catch up to that. A throw in now for the Mustangs. 82nd minute. Violet.
Would you mind taking a knee for us in front? Thank you very much.
Steven Urbez back in. Clock stops with 8:32 to go. As you mentioned, the leading team subbing within the last 15 will get a quick stoppage. Used to be you could bleed the clock dry in that situation. Fabricio Souza, some productive minutes off the bench to give Urbez that rest. Buell. Borges. Couldn't quite save it. It's a goal kick. Mitch Cameron back in. Here comes David Nzuzi as well. Justin Violet heading off. And Tiro Nong also coming back off the pitch. Payardal played that right in the path of Jeremiah Gomez for the Mustangs. Namwira.
I don't know that Nong did come off the pitch.
No, he
There's
didn't.
some confusion here.
No, he's still out there. I didn't see who came off, did you? That's headed. Adrian Mindra with that stop, and that'll be a throw-in, so to let that roll. They did. They had an extra player out there.
Yeah.
Namwira just came off. Referees didn't notice that.
Got away with that a little bit there. The confusion about Nong coming over to this side. Not that he was coming off, but was switching to the left.
83 minutes gone now. And Batista milking every second he can with that one-goal lead. He's trying to asphyxiate the rest of the time in this game. Throw in this time for the Mustangs.
Why are we giving him time?
Foot race down that far side. And Zuzi as Walter Lopez pursuing. Great one-on-one battle on the right wing. And Lopez wins. Walter Lopez, a strong defensive game. Payardal. Referee says play on. There was a foul, but no advantage. Borges trying to get through.
Gentlemen, would you mind taking a knee in front for us?
1-9.
See what the referee's call is.
Jesus, would you mind taking a knee? Thank you. I believe that's got to be on Soto.
It is a free kick. 5:40 to go. The clock stopped. In a great position to put this game away for the Knights.
Hey, David. Thank you very much.
So here's the free kick. A second goal here would certainly be fatal to the Mustangs if the Knights can capitalize. The ball just outside the area.
Five-man wall, and this the type of distance you can bend it over.
Back to Morales. His shot blocked. Took too long to develop, and the wall came out to advance. So still some hope for Central Maine. But they'll need to capitalize on whatever opportunity they get because they won't get many. And a foul called on Igor Dominguez. Adrian Mindra, again, very strong defensive play. Batista again taking his time, letting the seconds tick away. Auger ends up on the back heel, not where he wanted to put it. Ocares knocked it down. This will roll out into touch. Cameron. DiPalato got past the sliding Borges. Waters. Looking for Nong on the near side. He's also got Gomez there.
That's a great ball.
And the whistle blows and a foul called on Mindra. This might be the opportunity. They won't get too many more, so let's see if the Mustangs can capitalize.
And that's veteran work from Jeremiah Gomez. So many players will just frustratingly push in the back and try to force the defender over. You know all they're doing is shielding, give a quick fake step one way, go around him, and get inside position.
Delivery, high, headed, and cleared. Everyone up just about for the Mustangs. Mitch Cameron now, followed by Payardo. And that attempt dies with Batista. 87th minute. Time running out in the Mustangs. Will they get another opportunity?
Good to see popping back on his feet there, Miguel Andrade, who was close by to Nzuzi's overhead bicycle attempt. There was no flag that came up from the far side, and the referee didn't even begin to bring the whistle to his lips for a dangerous play, but you're certainly glad to see there was no dangerous contact there by the head level.
Payardo. Long ball toward Borges. He'll run on to this. Gabriel Borges has support the far side. Buell was cheating up. Now the three subs can come in the game. David Gillaguire will come in. Tajay Argentine will return to the game. And Jason DeJesus as well once they get the signal.
It looks like they're just waiting for them to come over here.
Well, the clock is stopped, so time is not ticking away. Defensive substitution with no one coming in for the Mustangs here. Players getting a bit of water too while they have this break. The Mustangs probably don't mind the rest either as long as the clock's not moving. Gillaguire on the throw and he's got the ball right back to him. Berkeley trying to see out this game. They got the lead early in the second half in the 49th minute. Stephen Urbis, the only goal. Igor Dominguez on the run. That's too far away, and Andrade hadn't played well anyway. Batista again milking seconds, waiting to pick up the ball until he's challenged. Little things this Knights team does well in seeing out a game. You can see why they have been such a national powerhouse over the last several years. Gillaguire headed that ahead. Cameron up in the play. They've got to push ahead now. Ivan Dominguez. Is there a chance here? Dominguez fouled. Penalty. Here's the chance for the Mustangs to level. Will it be Ivan Dominguez to take the kick? It looks like it will. He is already making his way over to the spot. Two All-Americans about to face off. The sophomore keeper, Victor Batista, first-team All-American. And Ivan Dominguez, also a first-team All-American. Mustangs trying to salvage something from this game. They haven't had many opportunities. Score! Dominguez beats Batista. And we've got a tie game here in Auburn.
Unbelievable there. The Mustangs, who haven't had much of a sniff in the second half. One moment of brilliance from Ivan Dominguez. Fake the shot with the right foot, tuck it back to his left, and take the challenge off, I believe, the foot of Lukovic, who just clipped him on the ankle enough. And this game is even.
So the goal in the 89th minute on a penalty kick. It'll be an all-out assault now, you would expect from the Knights, to try to get their noses back in front here at the death. We said it had to come down to an opportunity. The Mustangs got a golden one, and they don't waste it.
You think back to all those saves that Cody Cleveland had to make in tough chances, how the defense with a three-man back, oftentimes going up against 2 or 3 players coming at them on the counterattack. They were able to survive all of those, and how important that turned out to be.
Look at Nzuzi's moves. They might get a corner out of this. And they do. We have a late twist in the tail of this contest. We already have the equalizer. It would be somewhat ironic if the Mustangs were to take the lead in the corner, because that has been a huge weak spot in their game so far this season.
Well, a lot of bodies committed forward here.
And Zuzi will take it. That's a decent delivery, punched away. And played to safety. Di Pilato. 90th minute. And Zuzi. That's out for a goal kick. The Knights want to play this quickly. Bruno Ferreira, the head coach, saying, let's get a move on, boys. Try to win this.
Yeah, that's a little disconnect there. The goalkeeper trying to slow things down, and the head coach screaming for the quick counter, and here's the chance.
Here is the chance. They're through. Rounding the keeper. A goal! Oh, what a goal at the end. It's their leading scorer. Who else? Jason DeJesus in the 90th minute. Jubilation for the Mustangs. Devastation as the quick counter. We've seen them try this. And this time they capitalize. The one player you just can't leave open. Don't know if DeJesus got yellow carded for taking his shirt off or not. We couldn't see it, but as he'll walk back into your view here in a moment, he's putting back the top. Number 19, who's just given his Knights a weekend sweep. They won yesterday at Bryant Stratton Albany. He does get the yellow card, but he'll take that to get the game winner. Mustangs will have to just fire it ahead and pray. There's the shot. No problem at all for Batista, and that will do it. What a finish we had in this game. What a tremendous second half.
Let's go, boy!
Steven Urbez opened the scoring. In the 49th minute, Ivan Dominguez was fouled in the area, tied the game in a penalty kick, and a minute later, Jason DeJesus on the counter wins the game for the Berkeley College Knights. What a tremendous contest. You can see why these two teams are so highly regarded in their respective polls in Division I and Division II. The Mustangs now 5-1-1. The Knights also 5-1-1 on the season. Central Maine with their first loss of the year.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it doesn't get much more dramatic than that right there, Rob. What a spectacular end to it. First, the penalty kick seemingly rescuing the result, and then with 15 seconds left, the Mustangs' unbeaten season comes to an end with a great goal kick that leads to the goal. DeJesus, nice poise to round the keeper and tuck it home.
To a heartbreaker for the Mustangs. They fall at the end of the DeJesus goal. And A 2-1 victory for Berkeley College. Will have a happy bus ride back to New Jersey with 2 wins on the weekend. A big one up here against the nationally ranked Mustangs, tied for second in the Division II polls. That'll do it for our broadcast. We have the Edge Nutrition Player of the Game. We come back. Why don't we take a break and figure that one out? We haven't really talked about that yet. Thanks, Rob Munzing. And then we'll take a break and sign off. So we'll work on the Edge Nutrition Player of the Game and be back with that announcement right after this on Munzing Media.
At Central Maine Community College, we are building things that last. We're investing in technology, new facilities, and offering more degree programs than ever before. You can get the traditional college experience at a fraction of the cost. And for some, it's even free.
Wait, did she just say free?
That's right, free tuition for Maine high school grads from 2020 through 25. Set your goals and find your path at CM. Let's build a future together.
Same thing as always.
That's the front of the net.
All those little things to make you what you are.
Zero, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. That's it right here.
Forensics has grown so much and it's very beneficial to the criminal justice system. I was always one of those kids that watched Forensic Files. That was something I loved. Just a science person all around, I always have been. The instructors are some of the top forensic experts in Maine. They really know what they're talking about. They've been there, done that. CMCC is very lucky to have people like this. I'm in Intro to Criminal Justice and Criminal Law and Report Writing. It's a lot of the baseline of things I have to be knowledgeable about. I want to do crime scene photography. The forensic science program is preparing me to start thinking like what's important here, what do I need to look for like right off the bat. You never know what you're going to find.
Back here post-game wise to chat with head coach Dalton Wing after quite the dramatic end in the final 2 minutes to that one. It ends up still being 1 goal less than you needed to keep the unbeaten season going, but nice to see you guys able to pull out the penalty kick. Yvonne able to even the game up there, and then with just 12 seconds left, a quick goal kick sneaks through, and some good poise from them to finish things off and give you guys your first loss of the year.
Yeah, very talented team, very well coached. You know, we didn't finish our opportunities like we should have. You know, all in all, a loss this late, you know, this early in the season, I think is going to be good for us. I never like going undefeated, never have, never will. So I think losing to a team like this to kind of balance where we need to be for, you know, conference play coming up, and hopefully we can make the nationals. And this will be a good test of where we are, and I think we have a good idea where we are.
We've had that discussion before about, you know, a team like this that's been on back-to-back trips to the Division II National Championship game, sort of a benchmark test for you guys, and perhaps one of those losses that kind of shows, hey, there are more levels to things. There's still more improvement to be had, even with all the goals that have gone in for your side. And I know as a head coach, that's not necessarily a terrible thing to have happen to your team when you've still got another month or so left to play.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously we're going to be ramping up our conference play, so this is a good test. You know, our goals are obviously to win the YSCC, you know, regular season championship, and then the YSCC championship, and then the ultimate goal is obviously to compete for a national championship at the end of the year, like these guys have the past 2 years. So to compete with them and, you know, get a good idea of where we are, I think, you know, this was a good game to have, and you know, the guys played well. We just got to finish our opportunities, which we struggled with all year.
Absolutely. Dalton, thank you very much for the time. As he says, lessons learned for this squad. And now we'll bring in here our Edge Nutrition Player of the Game in goalkeeper Cody Cleveland. Cody, first off, a number of fantastic saves today. We were talking on the broadcast, the type of stops that it feels like as that second half went along, in particular, the back three getting attacked 2, 3, sometimes 3-on-2 on the counters. Yeah. You guys needed to find ways to delay those situations, let players get back, and make the stops when you needed to, just to give your team a chance at the end.
100%, yeah. I mean, coming off a game 4 hours away yesterday, it was a lot to get mentally prepared for this game. I mean, overall, we did a great job. No shame in how we played today. It's just we got a little sloppy at the end and stuff happens.
How much of a gut punch is that type of high to low roller coaster ride? It feels like with a minute and a half left that Yvonne's been able to tuck that penalty kick away and keep the unbeaten run going against a team that, as we talked about with Dalton, has been back-to-back trips to the D2 National Championship, and then just a mistake at the end as that ball slips through to put you in a position to have to come one-on-one. It felt like you did the right thing, come out, delay them, force them to go wide, but they were still able to tuck that one home.
Yeah, as a keeper, that's your worst nightmare. I mean, letting that ball go through the net, I wasn't having it at all. But yeah, there was definitely a moment when Yvonne scored that we just were like, all right, we're tied, we're good. And that was the moment they countered attack on, and that's what happened at the end of the day. So,
as head coach Dalton Wing kind of talked to us about and having discussions with him, though, this is maybe the lesson to take from this caliber of team, knowing this is the level you're going to have to compete with if you want to capture that national title, and maybe a good lesson for you guys just to see what it's going to take over the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously on the scorecard it doesn't look good, but as a team, mentally and physically, this was great for us. I mean, knowing that we're not the best team out here and knowing that we're going to have to work every single day to have a shot at the championship.
Cody Cleveland, our Edge Nutrition Player of the Game. Some fantastic saves in net. Rob, we'll let you wrap things up.
Thanks, Caleb. Thanks, Cody. Cody kept us having a game that went right down to the wire here, as it looked like the Knights were going to have a chance to take that 2-0 lead and get that put-away goal. It didn't happen, setting up that fantastic finish here. Won by the visitors. Great win for the Berkeley College Knights. Now 5-1-1, as are the Mustangs, 5-1-1 as well. We'll see the men once again on Thursday with SMCC coming to town, and then the men hit the road for a clash with Fort Kent. That's the next time we'll see them on Munzing Media, we think. We'll check on tomorrow's Thomas College scrimmage game against the club team. We'll find out more about that. Not sure we're broadcasting that one or not. We'll check with Dave Gagne at the end. So check Munzing Media on Facebook to find the information out on that, or Central Maine Athletics on Facebook as well. I want to thank Caleb Lamb doing double duty, the official scorebook plus color commentary. I thank him for all of his contributions, and our entire Munzing Media crew here in Auburn today. The final score, the Berkeley College Knights 2, the Central Maine Community College Mustangs 1. My name is Rob Kennedy saying so long. It's been a presentation of Munzing Media.